How you doing? It's the Butcher here. Wanted to make a quickish video going over what, in my opinion, is the massive failure of the Gauntlet so far. Wasn't sure if I was going to make this video, but there's just been stuff that's really been pissing me off, and I think the community shares a lot of the same sentiments, so I do want to give some solutions as well too, so it's not just strictly negative, but I've really been looking forward to it, so it's really been a disappointment for me. And if you look here, I actually got into top 10 multiple times. If you go back to my previous videos, I'm now sitting at rank 103. I haven't played though since my last run, or I guess the run I got this, which I literally think was about my last run, was on the 6th. So that was about 5 days ago. And I just haven't touched it since. I've been playing mainly Destiny 2, honestly, because of numerous factors. The first one I want to talk about is, so it was discovered apparently very early on, but known to the public a few days ago, that people have been bringing shrines into the Gauntlet. And basically the way this works is when they say they solve snapshotting, I knew there would be bugs, but it works like snapshotting, where you go find a Gauntlet or two in the open world, right, that you want to use. Then you go to your little, you go to your, what is it right here? You hit start, you go in, and you have about half a shrine left once you start, depending on how fast you're able to load in and stuff. So people have been doing that apparently for a long time. And I think I even said at one point, someone was way ahead of the leaderboards. Like at one point, like almost 200K on the Druid leaderboards. I was like, I'm not really sure how they're doing it. And obviously people have progressive routes, as time's gone on. And I haven't even done the thing where you kind of hit the monster, so you drag them in all together, and then you hit the double point shrine. Haven't even bothered to do that at this point. Maybe I'll probably try to put up a score, I guess, to get into the top 100 and get the mount trophy, but that's about it. But I'll probably do that at the very end. But I was wondering how, someone was so far ahead, and it turns out that's probably why, is that they were bringing shrines in there. And apparently, a lot of these top people have known about this for a long time, and they sit there and they talk to each other in their little groups. None of the information comes public to a bigger creator like, he's not even on the top 10 anymore, Rob, will come out and say his latest run was on 3.9, so I don't even know how much, I haven't watched the streams, how much he's been playing, but he came out and kind of exposed this. But a lot of these top players in their little groups, right, have known about this, and have been doing it for a long time before other people did. And I would not be surprised if that's not the only exploit they are using. So that's just really disappointing. I was shocked when it first came out, and it appeared like there weren't really any exploits. I was shocked, and that does not appear to be the case. That is a huge exploit. It helps you kill that first boss instantly, and then you basically have a double or triple shrine up, depending if you bring one or two in, right from the start, and then you're just flying through, and it shaves a bunch of time off your score. It allows you to do more things, maybe do an extra rotation, and it's just, it's dumb. It's really dumb. The second thing I guess I want to talk about is, I want to mention this too when I'm talking about some of these people. Like, for the people up here, not anyone specific, I'm not even sure who's who, all these people that change their profiles to private just for this, you're a loser, okay? I'm sorry to say it, you're a loser, okay? I mean, for Christ's sakes, it's like they're like going into battle. People just want to see like what you're using. Oh, what's doing good right now? I want to try that. Oh, I can't try that because every single person, every top 10 of every leaderboard is private. Now, people kind of know for each class what's been the thing. And you don't have to have their entire build. You don't have to have their skill tree, their Paragon board. But showing a snapshot of their gear and the skills they're using for every player, even if it's on private, and not at the time, but at the time they actually completed the run, not like the current time, because people just swap their gear around. They don't want to keep it on private. Would be logical and would be the way most of these like leaderboard type things work, but instead we have all these sweat lords basically putting their thing on private. Mine's not on private, it'll never be on private. I share my information. I know some other people do too as well, but even if you don't want to share it, or your route or whatever, that's fine, that's your choice. But putting it on private just for that, I think it's just, I don't know, it just sits wrong with me. But next thing I guess I want to talk about is it's just so goddamn repetitive, and it's a week long. So after, like I said, I got into the top 10 multiple times, once on the first day, and then that score dropped out. I got back in there on a second day. I think the highest I sat was 6th, and then 7th on the second one. But it's a week long, so the score constantly gets passed. So do you really want to sit here doing this same tiny dungeon that has emphasis on backtracking, just clicking shrines over and over and over again? No, not really. That's what I said. I'll probably wait until tomorrow's Tuesday, then it resets. I'll probably wait until Tuesday morning or tonight, throw a run together, get in the top 100. Like I said, I don't really give a crap about the top 10 anymore with all the exploits and crap. I ain't doing all that. I'll just get a run that's a little bit better. I picked up some tips just watching some random things. I could easily bump up my score enough. I'm sitting around on the fringe anyway with a score from 5 days ago. And that'll be it. You know, why am I going to do it right away when it comes out? When you could either, A, learn the information from, videos that people post. I post them myself. There's other creators, like I said, Rob and all these other guys that are posting content about what's the best things to do. So you could just wait for that and save yourself a ton of time, right? Or you could just do it on yourself on the last day, get a score that gets you into wherever you want to be, top 1,000, top 100, and then call it a day from there instead of like putting up a score and then realizing there's 4 different bugs that people are using. You're like, oh, if I don't use these, then I'm not going to be able to crack in there. And it just seems like a waste of time. So it's a week long. The rewards you get, so these right here, are only at the end of the week. During each run, I know they said it wasn't gear focused, but if it's going to be a week long, you're dropping me like 820 gear that I don't care about. It's just a waste of space. And it just doesn't feel good. So from now on, I'll probably play in the beginning just for like content purposes, honestly, and getting out things to you guys so you guys can play for the people that are enjoying it. But for me, I don't really see myself trying to put up any runs that are going to get myself into whatever leaderboard rank I want to try for that week until probably Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Because there's just not much point the way it's set up. And that, like I said, goes beyond to the actual dungeon is so goddamn repetitive that I don't know how many times I could do it with these level 7 or level 120 Nightmare Dungeon 70 monsters, which I've been saying it for so long with such mistake. There's no challenge. The Gauntlet is supposed to be endgame content. They said they wanted it so people, once they got into World Tier 4, could do it. No, it should be about testing your all-around build. So you need some survivability. You need speed. You need DPS. You need mobility. Different things. And just bring that all together. Get the shrines the hell out of here. And if they do that, now everyone's going to be pissed because everyone rolled their stupid shrine buff duration on these, which is another thing. You have to have really good rolls of this or you're just missing out on a ton of points. But it's dumb. Because with the shrines, you're giving everyone all this DPS, all this movement speed, because it gives you 25% movement speed. You're making killing the monsters. You don't even... I would actually... Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll post it for content. Just do like a shrine-only one. So maybe I'll take a... And I'll leave at the end because I don't really want to use the exploit to get my score. But I'll take a shrine in. Maybe I'll let that shrine do the work to kill the first guy. Maybe make it over. And maybe I'll try to do a shrine-only one without attacking a single time. Because I bet you if you use the exploit to bring it in, you could probably do that. That's how stupid it is. And then a big problem for me, and something that's been super annoying, is I wanted to play around with so many different builds, and I did. But every time I did it, I had to reset my entire skill tree. Alright, that's easy enough. And then I reset the entire goddamn Paragon board because I can't freaking save it. So I have to have all my builds on D4 builds. I have to have the Paragon board saved, right? Then I have to delete the whole thing, which costs like 5 million gold. The gold's not that big of a problem. It's like the equivalent to reset your character of like one Whisper run. So I don't even think that's that big of a problem. It's still annoying. But you got to reset that. And then I can't have it saved. So I got to go look at my other screen and click every single node, all 225 of them. Put the glyphs in the right spot. And then if I want to try something else, I got to do that over and over again. If I want to try something else and go back to the build, like the shredder one I'm using, I got to do it again for that. It's stupid. And then I guess just one more thing is the elixirs and stuff you can use in there. I said I didn't have a huge problem at first with it. And I don't, but I do think it is going to be super annoying if you're someone, if they do this for the entire season, like next season, you're going to have to farm so many mats in order to have these up to probably get the best scores. And that's just really annoying. So I'd rather them just save these for, like actually pushing hard content that doesn't have a leaderboard. I think they could have just locked this too in retrospect. Because, you could have saved up for this and probably have enough to do the next few weeks without running out of materials if you really saved up. But if you're doing it for an entire season, you're constantly sending them. You maybe want to use those materials on something else. So that's kind of annoying. But anyway, I think that's just going to about wrap it up. It has been disappointing. There is some fun moments in there. I'm hoping, and we've heard pretty much radio silence, I guess I should say as well too, since it released. I see their Twitter, they keep posting stuff about it and they just get flamed in all their responses. But they haven't really said anything like, hey, next week we're going to fix this. I don't think they've even addressed the bug about bringing shrines in. They haven't said anything about that. They haven't said anything about people's complaints that it's way too easy at level 70. They haven't said anything about the amount of shrines, about the amount of backtracking, nothing. It's been basically radio silent, which recently has been the opposite. They've actually been coming out and been pretty open with communication, which I've praised them a decent amount for. But this, I don't think they have the fixes for it, so they're just silent. And like I said, it's disappointing. I'm very disappointed. I'm sure many of you are too. And yeah, like I think I said, like they're running out of chances. Honestly, I still really enjoy the actual gameplay of the game. That's what always keeps me coming back because, frankly, there's not much else. But I think the gameplay is fantastic. But we can't keep having these letdowns. There's just, you're not adding any substance and you're losing players by the minute. And I'm glad they're doing a PTR for Season 4. We should have had a PTR for the Gauntlet. This could have been sorted out. And we wouldn't have had this issue. But Season 4 is at least getting a PTR. At least that's something to look forward to. I'm more excited about the PTR, honestly, than I am doing more Gauntlet runs. So we'll see next week. We'll see what's changed on Tuesday, which will be tomorrow from when this is uploaded. See if they do make any fixes. See if they make the dungeon more fun. But I'm not overly optimistic on that. Anyway, it's been The Butcher. Wanted to make this video just kind of giving, encompassing thoughts. And I said what I would change, but I think that's pretty obvious based on my feedback. I would make it harder. I would fix the exploits, etc., the loadout system. But anyway, that'll be it for this video. Stay tuned for more content. And a little bit of a lull right now on kind of what to make besides just like Gauntlet stuff, and I've been dabbling in a little bit of Destiny too. So if you guys want to let me know in the comments anything you would like to see, I would love to hear your thoughts and would love to kind of post some stuff that you guys want to see. So it's been The Butcher. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.